Damn! What's the story, YouTube? This is Heritage, and this is my Bad Boys for Life review. Yeah, this was very, very good. I have to admit, I'm really surprised at this. I wasn't expecting it because I'm not a huge fan of the series. I've seen 1 and 2, obviously, and it's been a long time. I think 2003 was the last one. So that's effectively 17 years since the last Bad Boys film. And I wasn't really expecting much out of it, but this is really, really good. What really gets to me about it is it is in line with the previous films. Like, they are heavily on the action and the set pieces. But it's actually a really unexpected philosophical vein running through the whole things about what you want out of life and where you want to be going. It basically parallels the path that Marcus and Mike have taken. Marcus is now, in the beginning of this film, minor spoiler here, he's a granddad. It's actually his daughter and Reggie from, I think, one of the other films. That one with the hilarious scenes where he's bringing out on a date and basically making it the worst thing possible for any guy bringing a girl out on a date from. Oh, he stuck around and now they've got a kid. And this is what makes Marcus, Martin Lawrence's character, realise that what he wants to do now is really concentrate on the family and take a step back from policing. Whereas you contrast that with Mike. Mike is basically still where he is 20 years ago. He's still, womanizing. He's still out there trying to hunt down the bad guys. And the film kind of really unexpectedly develops into an examination of his life and where he's going and what he wants. Particularly the discussion he has with the captain. And it's not over the top or anything, it's not egregious, but it's there, and I just wasn't expecting it from these films. Because basically we're talking about Michael Bay films. Michael Bay ain't back for this one, but he does have a cameo as one of the characters. But I'll credit the director of this film that he tries to employ certain tropes from Michael Bay films. So basically, if you've seen the 3 films in a row, you would see, an ongoing theme direction-wise. Although this guy is far easier to follow, he's far more on point, it's clear, the combat, the chaos that breaks out in terms of the set pieces in the car chases, and there's an absolutely fantastic final scene set piece in I think it's called the Hotel Hidalgo in Mexico, and that's just fantastic. It's really done very well. And I'll actually credit at this point as well that the direction, the cinematography, it's fantastic. I mean, the guy I hope he's got some money from Miami City Council or whatever, because Miami looks fantastic in this. Seriously, their tourist board should be all over this film and trying to get people to come out, because it just looks amazing. The story essentially is a revenge film. It's basically one of the other characters crossed in the past. She's got out of prison now, and she set her son after Mike and pretty much anyone that was connected with the bust of her husband. I'm not really going to go into spoilers because I don't really want to spoil this, but I just want to emphatically say that this is really, really worth going. I give it a high 8 out of 10. Like I said, I wasn't expecting anything this. I just went in because it was the 10 quid day in the cinema where you get the free popcorn and Coke as well. So I was pretty much going in with the mindset that, at least if I didn't like this, it wasn't going to cost me that much. But I was very, very pleasantly surprised. It nips off straight from the start. It's a very strong start to this film, but it keeps nipping along nicely. It's 2 hours long, so it's not too long, but you don't feel it. Literally, I think I only looked at my watch once, and that was just really in mind to do this review later on, to have a notion of how long it was taking, and it was almost mostly over by that stage. Otherwise, I wouldn't have noticed that. Just like it had really been nipping along very well. Like I said, really good film. Can't recommend it enough. The action sequences are great. The car chases are great. Like I said, the production values are top notch. It's a class film. And I reckon if you like the first 2, you'll like this. If you just walking straight in off the streets, you don't actually have to know a lot about the characters. They do explain a lot of behind the scenes stuff with them. The humour in it's great. Particularly some of the stuff I don't think you actually would get away with racially, but they did it, so it was fun. And I did find myself laughing a hell of a lot more than I thought I would. I've heard from other reviewers that I believe Martin Lawrence came out of retirement for this. You wouldn't know it. Like, him and Will Smith have fantastic chemistry. They really do work well together. They bounce off each other. The script is really good as well. When they're continually antagonising each other. But like I said, there's a lot of love in this. You really do get a sense of these characters. And I think that's what surprised me the most in it as well, is that there's a reverence. The guy who made this, the guys who wrote it, they obviously loved those first 2 films. They really have taken these characters to their heart, and they're treated with respect in this. So even though there's a kind of an underlying thread that these are old dogs now at this stage. There's a joke halfway through it where they decide themselves that they can't be bad boys anymore, they have to be good men, and to which, Will Smith has a bit of a laugh from saying, try singing that song. But it is an angle of the film that's really interesting, because you do see that you've kind of grown up with these guys now, and you can really see that they're getting to the stage. A bit like I kept thinking of Angel Has Fallen with Gerard Butler's character, that he could no longer actually be out in the field anymore and really needed to be taking that desk job. There is that sense in this film as well, that despite the fact that Will Smith's character, Mike, still wants to be out there fighting the bad guys, that he really should need to step back and really refocus his life on what's important, which, the theme of the film is his family and your relationships. So there's a bit of a kind of a Fast and Furious vibe going through it well. So all in all, I was really impressed with this film. So I definitely advise you, if you haven't seen it, I'd definitely say go see it. It is worth seeing in the cinema. It looks great on the big screen. It's very well acted, obviously very well written, really enjoyable. And I believe they're going to be doing another one, somebody said, and there is kind of hinted at the end, like that, in a kind of mid-credit sequence, although it's not that far in, to be honest with you don't have to hang about, where it basically implies that they could do a Bad Boys 4. But if they just stop it at this one, it's a great little box set now of a trilogy for these characters. So there you go, that's my Bad Boys for Life review. Really enjoyed it, high 8 out of 10. I was kind of really surprised by this, and I wasn't expecting to like this as much as I did, because like I said, I'm not a huge fan of the first ones, but this was a really good 2-hour film. So take care, guys, have a good one. If you like this, like and subscribe, and leave a comment below if you have any feelings about it yourself. Take care, bye bye.